I still think it's fairly easy to be successful. You know why? Because there's so many people who are satisfied with being mediocre. They're average and they're okay with it. When you're switched on, in the moment, energetic in your communication skills, it shows in your attitude. You stand out. You stand out compared to the masses who are semi-comatose. We run into those people every day, don't we? Think how rarely you run into someone who's truly a professional at what they do. Think about the last time. I mean, they blew you away. It's rare, would you agree? The unemployment rate in America is much worse than the around 8% figure reported right now. It's an easy Google search, and you're going to come back with a real unemployment rate 16, 18, 19, even over 20%, they say. Millions have stopped even looking. Yet given this situation, many of the companies that I speak to are all on the hunt for great people. They're searching. From a quick service restaurant like Crystal, where I recently interviewed a restaurant manager here locally, and at Crystal they're trying to find workers, and he showed me a stack of applications, literally single sheets, almost 2 inches high, and he had interviewed all of these people. You know what he told me? He said there's not one candidate in that entire stack. When I spoke to Blue Global Media last year, they said they are literally doubling the size of their company this year and need more great people. I spoke to the high achievers for Computer Task Group in Barbados recently. They've grown 20% a year the last 10 years and are always searching on the lookout for true professionals to join their team. Are you a professional? How much better are you than you were 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? What are you doing each day to continually sharpen your axe? What could you be doing? I was at an amazing property for an event, the Ritz-Carlton in Laguna Niguel, California. Now, the Ritz-Carlton is renowned for their service chain-wide, and it was obvious the staff really owned it. They took pride in being great. I was speaking to one of the doormen as I left, and I was curious, and I was talking to him about my stay and how impressed I was. And I'd mentioned how much better the service was at the Ritz-Carlton Laguna Niguel than one of the hotels I'd stayed at recently, not too far away. Do you know what he said? He looked at me in the eye and said this: "We are professionals." His intonation was, those other people you've been dealing with at those other resorts and hotels are merely amateurs. Are you a true professional? Are you taking the time to consistently get better at what you do? I'm sure you're good, but are you great at it? Put in more time and see what happens in your career.